shot. Oh my, the abs on that one.
Dang, that is unbelievable.
Where's Justin? Justin?
And the lips of business, I believe.
Dude, I just lost 5 pounds.
All right. Way to go.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
BLT. You wash your hands, man.
Yeah.
Look at the abs on this stick. I was just.
Hey, this guy, look. We are PFT, and you're watching
WGS-TV on YouTube.
only.
Welcome to another episode of WGS-TV right here on YouTube.com/WrestleGamer and ZFX-TV. I'm Double B Billy Boudreaux, and this could be my Friday Night Smackdown review for the week of September 7th, 2012. We open up the show with a segment with Alberto Del Rio, David Otunga, and Ricardo Rodriguez. And if you guys remember what happened on on Monday Night Raw, Sheamus was about to bro kick Alberto Del Rio. Ricardo saw it, pushed Del Rio out the way, and ate the bro kick right in his face. So what they're going to be doing here is, what they have done, I should say, is they had him come out in a neck brace, and they demanded from Booker T that the bro kick be banned from the WWE. Booker T comes out, puts it to the audience. The audience says no. Booker T agrees. And that's pretty much how the opening segment went. Decent opening segment. I really don't know what else to say about it. You know, I kind of have a mixed reaction when it comes to that opening with that segment with Del Rio, Tonga, and Ricardo Rodriguez trying to get the bro kick banned. But you know what? I'm going to split the difference. You know, normally when I don't have a very valid opinion on one point in any show where it's a match or a segment, I just split the difference and I go 3 out of 5. And that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go 3 out of 5. But talk about a great opening match for Friday Night Smackdown this week. It's Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara taking on The Miz and Cody Rhodes. Wonderful match. This was truly a great match for Friday Night Smackdown. Whether it's a main event or opening the show, this was by far a superb tag team match. If you guys notice something, they're really starting to do a lot with Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara. You know, could we have them maybe as a future tag team title run? You know, that would be pretty cool to have your tag team champions as Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara. I can only imagine that Sin Cara is just going to be thrilled to death to work with Rey Mysterio. Great match, by the way. I did notice Sin Cara. Well, Rey Mysterio, they look really, really good. I'm just trying to think of what a good tag team name would be for Mysterio and Sin Cara, because they really work well together and they've done great as a tag team. Miz and Cody Rhodes were okay, but Cody Rhodes, again, is just so obsessed with pulling off the mask and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and go 4 out of 5 on this one. I thought the tag match was that good. Then Daniel Bryan's walking backstage getting ready for his match. He come across Hornswoggle, who wants to first make fun of him and ask him to hug it out, like he did with Kane on SmackDown, on Raw rather, and that was just absolutely ugh. But now Hornswoggle says he wants a handshake, shakes Daniel Bryan's hand, and then kicks him in the shin. Yep. How many people remember Hornswoggle's first name in the WWE? Little Bastard. I wonder how many of you guys actually remembered that. But anyway, we get Daniel Bryan out to the ring, and you know we get the announcement that Daniel Bryan's going to be taking on one of Kane's most celebrated rivals, most celebrated opponents. So I'm thinking maybe Mark Henry or Big Show or something of that nature. We get Zack Ryder. Now, no offense to Ryder, but yeah, it's really hard to say. You know, Zack Ryder has just really fallen off the pedestal in the WWE, if you kind of get what I'm saying. I mean, around towards the end of last year, beginning of this year, he was really over it with the crowd. WWE was really giving a big push. You know, they're really trying to invest a lot in the Zack Ryder gimmick. And then he has just slowly faded into obscurity. And that's never really a good thing for anyone's gimmick, you know, anyone to go through. But that's exactly what Ryder's going through, to be honest with you. He's probably more over on Superstars than he is on Raw or SmackDown, to be honest with you. And to be honest, I need to start watching Superstars again to give you guys my input on that. You know, it's been a while since I watched WWE Superstars. You know, because sometimes you see better wrestling action on those shows than you would do on the flagship shows, Raw and SmackDown. I remember they had a much better WWE Divas match on Superstars than they ever did on SmackDown or Raw. Now, as far as this match goes, Daniel Bryan had the win at first with the no luck because Zack Ryder tapped out. But he refused to relinquish the hold. The referee reversed the decision. And then the whole crowd just started doing the yes chant. I mean, literally, the whole crowd just started chanting yes, yes, yes. And just to see what kind of reaction Daniel Bryan would give. And man, he gave the appropriate reaction. He looked like he was about to have a meltdown. So, at first it looked like it was just me, Daniel Bryan going over on Ryder. Then Ryder goes over on Daniel Bryan by disqualification. 3.5 out of 5. Thank God there were no hugs. Well, you know what? There was a hug. You know, and that's Daniel Bryan was tricked to get Ryder into the no lock. Yanks for a hug. That's why he gets a 3.5 out of 5. Two grown-ass men hugging again. The next up, we get Damien Sandow, who's coming out, and he's trying to cut a promo about, injustices and what happened with him last week when he ran away in his matchup with Sheamus. He came out to saying that it wasn't an act of cowardice, it was an act of intelligence. You know, sometimes he likes to prepare for his matches, and then lo and behold, Randy Orton comes out and says he didn't really care what Sandow had to say, he just wanted to fight him. And he went to Booker T, and he already made the appropriate change. So it was Randy Orton and Damien Sandow, and we get Dolph Ziggler on commentary, he was okay at best. To be honest with you, he was okay. Not as good as The Miz was on Monday Night Raw, to be honest with you. But Dolph is getting there. He is getting there rapidly. You know, it won't be long when he and The Miz are on the same level when it comes to mic skills. But right now, you know, if you ask me who has better mic skills, Dolph Ziggler or The Miz? Miz, hand down. But Dolph Ziggler is slowly climbing up that precipice. He's slowly getting to that level. And that's what's good about him. You know, he knows how to progress. And he's doing a very good job of progressing as a heel. Randy Orton and Damien Sandow, it was a great match between these two guys. They really look like they're pegging something between Orton and Ziggler, and we might see that at Night of Champions. And Damien Sandow did the old thing again where he ran out, so he loses by count out. But Dolph Ziggler was trying to leave. Randy Orton confronted him. Next thing you know, we had a fight, and next thing you know, it looked like Orton was coiled up to give the RKO to Ziggler and Mr. Sandals, courtesy of Mick37. Damien Sandow comes out, and then he eats the RKO. So. And next thing you know, we had a segment where Dolph Ziggler was going to Teddy Long and asking for a match with Randy Orton at Night of Champions, and Teddy Long said he would highly advise Booker T to make this match, so we're probably going to have that. 4 out of 5. I thought it was a superb match. And, they're really pushing Damien now. I mean, last week he was going against Sheamus, and now Randy Orton. So they're really pushing. They must really see potential in Damien Sandow. They must really see something in this guy. Next up, we had a triangle tag team match. Yeah, when's the last time we had a triangle or a triple threat tag team match? It was Primetime Players, the Usos, and Epico and Primo with Rosa Mendez. Always lovely to see her. Glad to see that she's actually being used as a manager and not an actual wrestler because she has no in-ring skills. Except she looks really wonderful jumping up and down. But the matchup in itself, you know, they're really pushing more stuff with the Primetime Players and Kofi Kingston and R-Truth. I mean, they've done a lot with these two teams, and they're going to be doing it again a third go around this time, and I believe they'll take place at Night of Champions. So, but epic tag match, to be honest with you. I was highly entertained. The players, Usos, Epico, and Primo looked really, really well. And, you know, they're really trying to step up this tag team division. But you got some good teams, but here's the thing. We need more tag teams. You need to add more depth to your tag team roster than just 4 different tag teams. You know, because if you just have a roster of 4 different tag teams, that's not really entertaining, to be honest with you. So, 4 out of 5 on this triangle tag team match. Next up, we had the return of the Barrett Barrage and Wade Barrett. I know that's a horrible English accent, and the study man Ashley will probably kill me for that. But Wade Barrett returned against Yoshitatsu. Wade Barrett looked in phenomenal shape coming off that elbow injury that he suffered about 6 or 7 some odd months ago. And looked in phenomenal shape, you know, and good thing they changed his entrance music, too, because the entrance music he had previously, before he came out of injury, was really, really crap. The one he had when he was part of the core, and they kind of, you know, transferred it over to, you know, just his music, that was a good music in itself. But the newer music they put on him was just utter crap. But now they gave him some better music for his entrance theme. Poor Yoshitatsu, a guy I had high hopes for in the WWE, and now he's being reduced to jobbing on their flagship shows. And well, that's exactly what happened. Wade Barrett just knocked out Yoshitatsu with like an elbow strike. They're really trying to play to this gimmick now with Wade Barrett of him being like a bare knuckles champion, a bare knuckles fighter, and it may be a gimmick that could work for him. It may be a gimmick that can work for him. Only time can tell on how well he can get himself over with this bare knuckle fighter gimmick and the Barrett Barrage. You know, especially from what we've seen in the vignettes. Those were really good vignettes for Wade Barrett. I must say, really good vignettes for Wade Barrett. And it was really good to see him back. And he looked in really good shape, despite what anybody else thinks, Andy. Inside joke. That's all I'm going to tell you guys. Inside joke. The return of Wade Barrett, I thought it was great, so I'm going to go 4 out of 5 on this one. And then the main event that was set up by Booker T earlier in the night, Sheamus taking on David Otunga. And, you know, we get it towards the middle of the match. Booker T comes out and says, Sheamus, I'm sorry, but despite all the documentation and proof that David Otunga has shown me, I have no choice but to ban the bro kick. So the bro kick is out of the WWE. But that really doesn't matter because we kind of get the feeling that the bro kick was going to get banned from what I saw on Monday Night Raw with Sheamus debuting and now a submission finisher. And he debuted it again. Well, debuted it again, but he used it again on this time on David Otunga. It's his version of the Texas Cloverleaf. And I think when I use it, you know, to me personally, I would call it the 4-leaf clover. Or the Irish cloverleaf, or something like that. You know, you never know. The Irish 4-leaf cloverleaf, or Irish clover, you know, something along those lines. But, you know, it's kind of Sheamus' tribute, if you think, to one of the all-time greats, the shooter, Dean Malenko. You know, the man of 1,000 holds. You know, the Iceman, Dean Malenko. He used that Texas Cloverleaf for so many years in WCW, and you know, it garnered him so many cruiserweight titles. You know, he had so many phenomenal matches with Rey Mysterio. But Sheamus and David Otunga, Mr. Baby Oil, 3.5 out of 5 on this one. The predictability of the bro kick getting banned was just a matter of time. You know, they were painting it through the night. They were playing up to the fact that it was going to happen. David Otunga was pushing for it, and then we get the finale of it with Booker T actually banning it in the middle of this match with David Otunga, then going right to the Irish cloverleaf, I guess we call it now, with that submission finisher. So overall score for Friday Night Smackdown, I'm going to go 4 out of 5. I thought it was a great show. Another good show by the WWE for Smackdown. A great tag match. Looking forward to seeing more work out of Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara, see where they go from here. I want to see who Damien Sandow runs away from next, to be honest with you. The tag team division is starting to get good on SmackDown. Starting to get good, but again, add more depth to the roster. The return of Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett, it was good to see him back again, and like to see where they go from here with his new bare knuckles gimmick. And you know, again, the predictability of the bro kick getting banned was just too obvious to me. Too obvious to me. But you know, I like the fact that now Sheamus is now using a submission finisher. So that's my thoughts on Friday Night SmackDown this week. What I'd like to know is, what are your guys' thoughts on Friday Night SmackDown? Be sure you put your comments in the comment section below. I always look forward to interacting with you guys in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video, and please subscribe to youtube.com/WrestlingGamer and youtube.com/ZFXTV Network. So with that being said, I'm Double B Billy Boudreaux saying thank you very much for watching.